Hey fellow deal hunters, it's Paddleboard Ekotaku, and it's time for another toy bargain hunting outing. We're closing in on red table season, so I wonder if we'll start seeing heavy hitters on a regular basis. Why don't you join me for the ride, and we'll find out together. Before that, if you enjoy the content, make sure to drop a like, leave a comment, and sub to the channel. If you'd like to provide further support, Patreon's down low, or you could throw a super at me. Of course, the best form of support is to destroy any ugly turd scrolls that inhabit your space, especially if they're called Ion, stupid blue-headed bootleg smurf. I wish the axe would get some sort of reaction when you swung it at a villager. Oh well. This outing will be off the beaten path for the most part because, oh joy, I have some more car repairs to do. While that's going on, we'll just peruse the nearby stores. We're at Target and it's the last day of Circle Week, but things look different from what I'm used to seeing. Typically clearance stuff still stays on the main displays, but it doesn't seem like that's the case this time. Target did put out the next season of merch though, quite a few of them being from the Sonic the Hedgehog and DC Comics crossover. Here's a 4-pack with Darkseid vs Shadow Batman, Silver Green Lantern, and Sonic Flash. I gotta say, these look pretty damn sweet, and it's $60 for the set. Though, it's not quite close enough for that $20 off. I don't think there's a chance in hell that these will ever hit discount stores, so if you want them, I suggest getting them as cheap as you can at a retail store. And that's not all I saw here. Just a little further up the shelf, I found an action figure 2-pack of Superman and Knuckles. I can easily say that Knuckles looks damn solid, while I'm indifferent on Superman. Up next, we have a standalone Silver Green Lantern of the 5-inch variety. That's the same size as the Sonic 3 movie action figures. Again, they look awesome. Moving over slightly, we have the Masters of the Universe and Transformers crossover action figures. Here's Skeletor Megatron, which I totally want, but I'm apprehensive about paying 33 clams. That's an awesome Storm action figure, and I hope I could get some kind of discount on that. There is also a Man-at-Arms Bumblebee and a Sketchbook Series Spikor. I could wait for clearance pricing on those, and of course, Marvel Legends Tom Holland and Chris Evans never go on sale. All of the clearance merch was consolidated into this one end cap at this particular Target, and there really wasn't anything good here. Nothing had the sweet 70% off pricing. It ranged anywhere between 30 to 50% off. We got Big Evil Undertaker, real name Mark Calloway. All the WWE action figures here were only 50% off, and there's no way I'm paying more than $10 for a wrestling action figure. Last I saw, the Cyclone was only 30% off. There was no clearance tag on it, and I honestly wasn't interested enough to check. I tried looking for the Motu and Thundercats crossover action figures, but nothing was here. I guess they sold out. Last noteworthy thing was this Batman Forever Batmobile. It seems pretty cool, but it's about $15, which is only 30% off. That's a big thumbs down for me. It's time for the first Ross of the day, and there's a lot of stuff on these shelves. Just with one look, I see a lot of new anime figures, but it'll be hard to be excited about them when I know they're gonna be no less than 20 clams. Anyways, here's a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle Super Saiyan Gogeta. If you're not aware of Dokkan Battle, it's one of those free-to-pay gacha mobile games. The game art is pretty cool, but I can't say much for the price I knew it was gonna be. And look at that, we have a matching Super Saiyan Vegito figure with a matching price. 200 dimes is too much for my liking, and I hope that's a case for most of you. I hope this stuff can't move and Ross is forced to reduce the prices. Up next, we have another D&D Super 7 Ultimates action figure, this one of the Shadow Demons. Too bad they raised the price to 100 quarters, that's a 20% price increase, and I am not paying that much for a Super 7 Ultimates action figure of that size. Ross has been swamped with a whole mess of All Elite Wrestling action figures. Unmatched Collection Sammy Guevara has been a constant presence at Ross over the past year, and it seems like Jade Cargill is going to be sticking around for a while as well. I could say the same for Red Velvet and that young Chris Jericho too. You know stuff is garbage when it's sold at a ridiculously low price and still can't move. The end cap had mostly $15 Super 7 Transformers reaction figures, and we all know that's a complete ripoff, so there's no need to waste time highlighting them again. Before we move on, I wanted to highlight two Pokemon Mega Block sets. First is this Golbat, which I occasionally saw at several discount stores during the holiday season last year, and the second is this Ferris Wheel Fun set. It looks more like Connects than Mega Blocks, so anyone remember Connects? Are they even still around anymore? Oh, look at what came back. The Turtles of Grayskull King Piss action figures have returned in full force. This won't be the only time we see him today, and the same goes for this Grand Line Series Special Vivi. I believe the last time we saw her was a few months ago, and I think we'll be seeing more of her later. Sorry for the immediate transition to more shelves, but we are at DD's Discounts and we got more Pokemon Select vinyl figures. My boy Bulbasaur is here, but unfortunately he's 4 Kennedys more expensive compared to the last time I saw him, so that's no bueno for me. Lego sets have been appearing at DD's discounts lately. Here we have a Marvel Iron Man with bike and the Hulk set for 12 buckaroos. That's about $3 less than what it's going for on the Zon. And we have another Pokemon Select vinyl figure, this one a Pikachu. I've seen a different version of Pikachu at Ross recently. I think that one was doing a peace sign. I never thought I'd see an Animal Crossing Lego set at a discount store, but here's Captain's Island Boat Tour. From the get-go, it seemed like these were going to be popular and would be hard to get, but I feel like they fell off. This was priced at 23 smackers, and while I thought that was a good deal at first, Walmart lowered their price to 20 bucks, so it wasn't a good deal. This DD's discounts had their action figures in a different part of the store. They had a few things here: Simpsons, Minecraft, Mario stuff, and Sonic the Hedgehog. None of it was really deal worthy in my opinion though. Take a look for yourself. There were also a bunch of Five Guys at Freddy's action figures. We got Toy Freddy on the left, and on the right we have a disturbingly thick Toy Chica. The designers knew what they were doing with her. 800 pennies seems high, but they're not readily available at other retailers. I only see eBay listings above 20 clams. So maybe I'm crazy and these are actually good deals. I know some interesting folks are going to be thirsty for that Toy Chica action figure. Is it you? No judgment if it is. To each collector, their own. Let's move on to the rack near the end cap, and there's a decent selection of anime figures here. I've seen this at Ross before, and it's no surprise it's at DD's. A Vibration Stars Kakashi figure for 1.5 Hamiltons. Surprising to see an anime figure at that price. I guess DD's discounts is the only place where we'll find anime figures with the old standard pricing. We got a Blue Lock figure with the same price, and did anyone get a load of that army of $13 Greninjas? I'll grab one at half price, if it ever gets there. The last thing worth highlighting is this Ichibansho One Piece Film Red Jinbei figure. This is a discount store first timer, and it's quite the big boy. As it's Ichibansho, I expect this to be at least 20 Sacagaweas, and I wasn't far off as he cost 11 Jeffersons. MSRP for Jinbei is around $95, and Big Bad Toy Store has them on clearance for around 62 bucks, so 22 clams is pretty damn good. Let's get out of here and move on to another DD's discounts. Right off the bat, we got a wonky-eyed Bart Simpson action figure by Jack Specific. Just below him, we got some more Minecraft mine kits with a chance for that solid gold creeper. Anyone try their hands at those yet? I still do my damn hardest to resist those every time I see them, but I don't have to do any resisting when it comes to that for never clever Sonic junk. There's nothing much going on at the hooks, but under all this crap, we got some hidden Lego sets. Here we have a Ninjago Dragons Rising Young Dragon Ryu set for $12. Yeah, I didn't show the name here, but trust me, that's what it's called. Why don't we move on to... let's check the other side real quick. Nothing much going on here, and back at this area, here's a returning Minecraft Diamond Level Sheep action figure. I know I said this before, but I assume it's red because someone slipped with the shears and cut the poor sheep wide open. All the Five Guys at Freddy's action figures I saw at the previous DD's discounts were here as well. In addition, I found a Mangle. Just Mangle, not Toy Mangle or anything, just Mangle. DD's discounts is still in a lull. It wasn't that long ago that I was finding banger after banger with Marvel Legends, Masters of the Universe, and Fortnite action figures. I try not to repeat myself on consecutive outings, but if you're looking for a Moltres Pokemon Select action figure, they're cheaper at DD's discounts, and they don't seem all that legendary when there are so many of them, but that's just me. I'm still at the same DD's discounts, but it's afternoon now, as I had to wait like 7 hours for my car to be repaired. By this time, the general population have made their way to the stores, and because of that, sometimes it gets too crowded to record, and all I could do is wait patiently for the people to leave. I think most of the Banjo-Kazooie Funko Pop figures have gone away, and that was most likely a straggler. I know I've seen this Age of Heroes Earphone Jack figure before. She used to be 10 clams a while back, and now she's 13 bucks. At first, I thought this was Lotso Bear from Toy Story 3, but it's Fuzzy Lumpkins from Powerpuff Girls. I'm pretty sure I saw this before too, but I can't remember which discount store it was at. The rest of the toy section is pretty much irrelevant. It's been pretty barren at DD's discounts, but it will pick up once Red Table season comes around again. Oh, there's a Pokemon Select Vinyl Cubone. The only one missing from the wave is Mew, but at $8 each, I don't care if I don't see the whole wave. It took a little searching, but I found a movable rack with collectibles on it, and this was nowhere near the checkout area. Maybe I spoke too soon about DD's discounts being barren. My usual DD's locations have been pretty empty, but it seems like this one has a bit more going on. As I've said before, MHA figures for the most part are 1300 pennies here. It looks like a little more variety is happening again with Endeavor showing up. I'm still hoping Glitter and Glamour's Miracle finds her way to discount stores again. I want to see my viewers obtain her for a great price, and if you're interested in seeing what the figure is like, check out my review, which I'll link at the end. By the way, we're a little over halfway through the outing. Hit me with a like and sub if you're enjoying yourself, and if you're willing to use one of your limited hypes on me, I'd really appreciate it. Moving on to more pressing matters, here's a Dragon Ball Daima Majin Buu for 18 smackers. Still 20 times higher than I'd like, but still 8 quarters lower than Ross pricing. This is a pretty neat find, but it wasn't the only pink collectible I found here. Okay, I wasn't thinking of that, but more so this Frankenberry Jumbo Pop. I saw this at Ross a few months back, and while they did sit for a bit, they sold out not too long after appearing. 15 bucks is a good price, and these go for double on the Zon. Alright everyone, we're at the penultimate stop of the day, Ross. This is usually my second or third stop, but for today, it's on the opposite end. I did find something new right off the bat, and it's a 3-pack of Dragon Ball Super Limit Breaker 12-inch action figures consisting of Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Goku, and Golden Frieza. I mean, these took long enough to freaking show up. We've seen those damn Brolys clogging up the shelves and keep coming back. These are several years too late though, like, who cares about blue and golden forms now? 450 dimes is 1500 pennies per action figure. That's roughly the same price as an individual Broly, and it looks like this is the cheapest price available. At the first Ross, I said that wouldn't be the only time we see King Piss, and well, here he is again for 13 buckaroos, and more Minecraft movie stuff is making its way to Ross, the Creeper specifically. From a distance, I thought the Creeper was made of some kind of furry or grassy material, but no, it's just plastic. I'm sorry, but if I see a Jack Black action figure at discount stores and it's a decent price, I'm gonna buy it for the lulz. $17 on Amazon versus 10 smackers at Ross. That may or may not be too high. What say you? We got some Walking Dead action figures by McFarlane Toys. Walking Dead is one of those series that's so beloved and hyped, but I could never get into it. $5 seems fine to me, and at that price, there's no way you're gonna find it for lower online unless the seller is purposely trying to lose money. By the way, that G.I. Joe Marine Sniper action figure is totally gonna get clearanced out. They're not selling, and Ross keeps piling them up. All of the best action TMNT action figures we've been seeing are gonna get the same treatment too. Maybe not Bebop or Rocksteady, which I saw last week, unless Ross gets flooded with those too. There wasn't really anything happening here, but I did find a Black Zetsu Vibration Stars anime figure for 20 bucks. I wonder if we'll see anime figures of more Akatsuki members. Hint hint, this Ross also had a healthy supply of Dokkan Battle Super Saiyan Gogeta and Vegito anime figures. I'm really curious if they'll sell out fast or not. As they're both popular characters, I feel like people will overlook the $20 price tag, just like I was willing to pay that price for the glitter and glamorous Boa Hancock figure I saw last time. I only refused to get that figure because the box was opened and I wasn't sure if all the parts were there. There's no relevant stuff on the rest of the shelves, mostly Barbies and creepy baby dolls, so let's switch over to the yen cap to find a handful of odd things and more overpriced Super 7 reaction figures. Never mind. By the way, I need to ask you all a very important question. Who's the superior Goku and Vegeta fusion? Vegito or Gogeta? Sound off in the comments. I didn't realize right away that there's stuff hidden on the very bottom of this rack. I had to crouch down quite low to get a good look, and check it out, an Effectream Itachi figure. 20 bucks sadly, but maybe it'll get hit with price reductions come holiday season. Effectream Deidara is still available, so that's 3 figures of Akatsuki members at Ross. Now for the checkout area, and we got a bunch of very unattractive looking unmatched collection Jade Cargill action figures. They're not even moving at 400 pennies, maybe 10 dimes will do. Check out this Ross first timer, a Vibration Stars Kakuzu, so that's another figure of an Akatsuki member. I wonder if we'll see his partner Hiden as well. Probably not, because he's paired with the apparent leader of Akatsuki, Pain. I guess Bandai changed the packaging because I know I've seen this figure before, but it came in a different box. I'm kinda surprised Legacy United Chromia is still around. It's a good looking Transformer, but maybe there's just too many of her. I know these Solid Edgeworks Ginyu anime figures are gonna get clearanced out as they've been warming raw shelves for at least a month and a half. We got some more stuff that will migrate from off to on screen, such as this Pokemon Battle figure multi-pack with a whole bunch of Pokemon I know and don't know. 13 bucks? I guess that's okay. What's not okay is being charged half that amount for a single Pokemon Battle figure. I get that evolutions pretty much make up 2 battle figures in terms of size, but when compared to the bigger multi-packs, the smaller Pokemon average to $4.33. We're pretty much done here, so it's time for the final stop of the day, another Ross, and let me tell you that we are finishing strong. This Ross had 3 Batman TAS Batwings by McFarlane Toys. They are priced at $60 like I saw at DD's Discounts, and Target is currently selling them for $150, so 60 bucks is a great deal. I have no room for one, so I had to pass. Not much happening here, but if we move slightly to the right, there's a little more activity going on. Actually, a little bit lower. Damn, this is a mess. Well, I guess we're swinging back to the left because there's a 4.5-inch Transformers Studio Series Scorponok once again. Turning to the right, there's another Legacy United Chromia plus another Scorponok, and next to them, we have a Marvel Legends Strange Tales Brother Voodoo action figure. I heard some other action figures from the Strange Tales series such as Weapon of Vengeance made appearances at Ross, and I hope I find one, but for now, this will do. Can you believe that Brother Voodoo action figure was my first purchase of the day? Even though there's been some interesting things, a lot of it was too expensive. I'm looking at you anime figures at Ross. I know I said this before, but I really thought I was gonna walk away empty-handed this time. I mean, if it ever happens, I'm not gonna consider it a waste of time because I love checking out the discount stores during the weekend. Well, it looks like all the good stuff at this Ross was sequestered to the very right side of the toy section. Oh wait, hold on. I found this Ninja Strike Joker action figure which is about 6 inches tall. It's a neat idea, but I think I'll pass. I think I'd rather have a higher quality product if I'm gonna get Joker in this form. And Ross is really lagging on discounting those Techfluencer bundles, but I will obtain a complete set for one paper Washington someday. Now it's time for the final area of the final stop. This rack has quite a few Star Wars action figures. First up is a Holocom collection made from the Acolyte. I'm guessing these are gonna collect dust like Holocom Ahsoka did late last year and early 2025. Lots of Acolyte and Skeleton Crew stuff, isn't there? On the other side of the rack, we have a Transformers Legacy United Star Raider Ferrac. Of course, I was initially tempted, but the 17 clam price tag kept me at bay. Ferrac looks cool, but I'm not sure if he's 17 buckaroos cool. Okay, I need to move on before I get any more tempted. I really gotta say that bargain hunting is a complicated profession. This being the case, proof of termination is also acceptable at a discounted fee. I think it's a good time to wrap up, so let's move on to the haul, which is a single item. And that does it for another toy bargain hunting outing. It was shorter compared to usual with a singular amount of loot, but it was still a great time with all of you. If you made it this far, type Akatsuki in the comments. Thank you for coming along for the ride, and if you have some more time on your hands, please check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you there. If not, I'll see you later.